if there's anything you could change about the sport of hard enduro to make it better, what would it be? Obviously, there's lots of small things like making spectators more friendly and making courses that are accommodating to a whole class of people. But what about like in terms of how it's organized or anything like that? What do you think could be the most helpful thing to move the sport in the positive direction?
Well, not to get too political, but I think that our sport deserves an AMA national championship, and I think that we've been shortchanged. And I'm not super happy about it. I think there's some powers that be, some decision makers that have kind of held us back, and for whatever reason. I mean, I have some speculation. I've heard some things, but I think that we have demonstrated. Well, first of all, there is no other AMA series in this country that covers as much distance as we do. I mean, we literally have a race in Hawaii, and we have a race all the way in Pennsylvania and everywhere in between. There, most even national championship AMA series are usually confined to a certain region. Whether it's GNCC, you're not seeing GNCC races in California. They're East Coast. I mean, we are literally coast to coast. We are the epitome. We are the definition of a national series, and it's time. And so, yeah, if any AMA guys are listening to this, do us a favor, do the riders a favor, the racers. It's so hard for a pro racer to make a living racing dirt bikes, and when you hold them back by not letting them participate in a national championship series, you're literally penalizing them. I mean, because when you're a national championship, the sponsors are more plentiful. There's more money. Our guys are some of the best dirt bike racers on the planet, and they deserve to be compensated as such. And it's time. We need to be an AMA national championship. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm very passionate about that, and I hope that, like I said, that somebody might listen to this and think about it. So
Why would they not want the U.S. Hard Enduro Series to be a national championship?
Well,
Or is it beyond a logical reasoning?
I think there's decision makers in the AMA that have their own series, and I think they have more decision making power than I would like them to have. I think it should be more of a committee type of a thing, and I think there's some people with some trump cards in the AMA, and I don't want to open a can of worms here,
right.
But I just think that there's been some forces against us.
But due to some other interests, other people at whatever their interests are, they could be protecting what they have going on by limiting the amount of national championships throughout the country, or something like that.
Somehow or another, there's a feeling that it deludes, their
Off-road
series
racing.
or off-road racing, and that you have to pay your dues or whatever. And really, hard enduro in the United States is still pretty young if you compare it to some of these other series. And I get that. Maybe it's it's a seniority type of thing where you gotta be around a while, and then okay, all right, we'll give it to you. But I mean, Matt has come in and he's done a heck of a job, and the whole team has done a heck of a job putting together just a very professional series, and done it. I mean, logistically, like I said, there's no other series that covers the distance, and just the product that U.S. Hard Enduro has put out, and the consistency, from venue to venue and place to place. I think it's admirable. And,
yeah, it's like, so okay, what makes a national championship then if it's not, we're definitely covering the national part of
Yeah.
it. We're covering all these different regions. Okay, so like
Yeah.
what else needs to be done for us to be considered national? We have races
Yeah.
all over the country.